What a date with your zenless waifu would look like. Anby, you go out for hamburgers before coming home and watching a movie. Of course you can't enjoy the movie because you're only thinking about making a move and not fucking it up. Nicole, you take her to Applebee's and you pay for everything. She also asks to borrow some money afterwards, so you should probably be careful you're not getting taken advantage of. Nekomata, you meet up with her at the trash cans behind GameStop. Then you go dumpster diving before you get caught and have to evade the police. Koleda, you pick her up and head to Yogurtland. She then brings up her work life where you respond by asking how someone her age can run a business. Probably not the right question. She's furious now. Grace, she invites you to her house where you spend the whole day in the garage. She rambles non-stop about her creations and you wonder if she likes these things more than you. She does. Corin, you pick her up and take her to Build-A-Bear workshop where you end up building the bear because she doesn't have the confidence to do it herself. Evelyn, she left you on red. Rina, she invites you over to her house to try her cookie. You show up and you have a bite before your tummy starts hurting and have to rush back home to take a shower. Qingyi, she invites you to go fishing. She mainly stares at the sea while drinking her hot water. She also hits you with some one-word responses throughout the day. Zhu Yuan, you take her out to your favorite bar where you have a little too many drinks and you forget that she's actually a police officer. You end up saying some things that could get you arrested. Jane Doe, she shows up at your door and slips past you. You follow her into your room where she basically does the interrogation demo on you. Caesar, you take her out on a nice romantical movie date where you share a nice and romantical kiss. You better not break her heart. Lucy, you go out on a motorcycle ride where she insists on racing you until she wins. Afterwards, you end up laying on the ground and watching the stars. You ask about her life in the past, but she refuses to talk about it, and then she hits you with her baseball bat until you change the subject. Burnice, you take her out to the bar where she gets absolutely drunk and passes out. You have to carry her home. Try not to take advantage. Piper, she picks you up in her truck and then takes you off-roading at unbelievably high speeds. You hold on for dear life and wonder if you'll make it back home safely. Pulchra, you agree to meet up at the bar, but where is she? Yeah, she's not coming. Miyabi, you meet up at Trader Joe's and go shopping for melons. She rambles and relates everything in life to melons. Soukaku, after asking Yanagi if you could go pick her up and answering a few questions, you're allowed to take her to McDonald's where you spend the rest of the afternoon at the play place. Yanagi, you take her out to a nice bar. She can't stop talking about work and how nobody does anything back at the office. Astra, you go out and have the best time of your life at some crazy rooftop bar, but then you get ghosted the next day. Evelyn, she's too busy to go out on a date. Vivian, she shows up at your house without notice. You wonder how she got your address, but you invite her in anyways. And before you know it, you're basically doing the doggy Anby style on her. Soldier 11, you go out to the ramen spot, and afterwards you walk around the alleyways looking for cats. Trigger, you meet up and take a stroll through the park. You let her walk in front of you for obvious reasons. Then find a bench where she shows off her cool harmonica skills. Seed, you meet up at the nearest construction site after work hours. She finds a nice tube where you can both crawl into together. Orphie, she invites you over to her tent at the base. You can't stop thinking about how you can have her put Magus into sleep mode so you could have some alone time with her. Yixuan, you walk around the temple where she shares cool stories until she invites you into her room. She then teaches you lots of techniques and things about your body you didn't even know were possible. Yeah, you never want this night to end. Fufu, you take a stroll around the temple. You tease her about being an orange cat thyron just so she brings up how rare tiger thyrons are, and so you could get the chance to ask if she wants to stay with the species later tonight. Alice, you take her to the water park so you can see her in a swimsuit. She can't stop talking about the symmetry and all things, so then you ask her, you know what else is symmetrical? Yuzuha, you take a walk along the beach. She then opens up about her tragic past, making the moment very depressing. And then you wonder to yourself, can I still hit that tonight? Lucia, you walk around the forest at night, and under the full moon, she rambles about crystals and horoscopes. You pretend to care until she sets up her tent. Yidhari, you invite her to the crib and she brings her bag of goodies. What's in the bag? Yeah, lots and lots of drugs. Dialyn, you take her to the local carnival. She can't stop complaining about the staff's horrible customer service and saying how everybody should be a 5-star rep like herself. Zhao, you take her to Petco and buy her some nice treats. Shunguang, you take her on a hike on a mountain. You find a nice spot to sit with a beautiful view of the sunset. You turn and your eyes meet. The wag of her tail catches your attention, and now you can't decide if to go for a kiss or pet her tail.